My name is Montego, Mr. Button all the way up to the top, man. With me is my groovy co-host, Miss Tiff Obad. What's happening with you, Tiff?
Not much. I just like every time that we start the show,
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
actually don't know when you're gonna start. So I feel like I laugh a lot in the opening because I'm always shocked. It's very always surprising.
I don't know what
You're
you
not
mean.
like, and here we go. You're like, we're gonna start, and then you kind of chat, and then you're like, everybody, and I'm like, oh no.
That's right, y'all. It's the full juice beast that's coming off
Yes.
this thing. So, man, this is show 375. We
Mhm.
decided to stay home in the safe confinement of our homes and do the Adam Project this week, man, with Ryan Reynolds.
Well, there was nothing to see.
Well, we were gonna go see that one
It's not
Michelle
out
Yeoh movie.
yet.
Fine, it's not out.
So we'll
So
do that this week. Everything everywhere all at once.
if it comes out,
The 26th. When's that?
today is the 19th. So
Friday?
yeah. So we want
Whatever. We'll figure it out.
That's right. Anyway, man, we got a great show, man. So we got this Netflix thing here. You can go check that out on Netflix. But then we have some pretty sweet news, man.
Yeah.
Marvel, the golden goose that keeps giving, gave us something else, something we've been looking forward to. We'll get into that in a little bit. Also, man, woo, we're gonna take a look at season 3 of The Boys. It takes me a while to recover after I watch anything
No,
with The Boys.
I'm good. I'm ready for more. I
Oh.
love it. Okay, no, shh.
Woo. Whew.
Everybody be quiet. It's not time to talk about what you love and what you hate.
Also, spoiler alert, the Adam Project is about time travel. So, if you didn't know,
Spoiler alert.
just so you know. So we're doing a list today, y'all. We're doing the top 5, top worst time travel movies of all time. So time travel.
Top. It's 5 best, 5 worst.
Yeah, 5. Yeah. But
10 altogether.
the top and the bottom.
Wait, did I do too many?
No, you're right. 5 and
Okay.
5. Yeah,
All right.
it's 5. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna wrap up this Netflix thing. Then we're gonna tiptoe on over to the Patreon again, man, because we did what was the name of that thing? The Texas
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022.
Yeah, which is not the name. They just named it the same damn thing. And so we went back to 1971 and did the first one. So
we time traveled to 1971 to watch the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
We're keeping up with the themes, Tiff.
So port yourself on over to the Patreon. Listen to me talk about this classic horror movie.
Damn right. So saying all that, are we ready to roll?
No, wait. Don't we do social media first?
No, we don't.
Oops. Yes, then I'm ready. And I'm also a professional.
All right, let's roll. All right, man, we are back again, and it's time to get a little social media so we can get into the show. Tiff, tell the people where we can be found at. I'm tired. What the hell is wrong with me? Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's for everything Fans of Patrol. Go to fansofpatrol.com, or you can email us at fans@fansofpatrol, or you can get to us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Fans of Patrol. Check out our Patreon, subscribe to our YouTube, and listen to us on your favorite listening platform.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you Patreon people, man. I'm thank you on the main show. Thank y'all keeping them lights on, keeping the computers buffed, keeping the lights on. So we appreciate all you people, and you too can be a Patreon for the small price of $1 per month.
$1 gets you the good stuff.
Yes, indeed. Get you more. It's all good. So there we go. So man, what are we doing? So Marvel, we been waiting. We're both Kamala fans of the new Ms. Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
We used to read the comic book. I think we did it a couple of times on the show. I know we did
did.
the first one, and it's a really groovy thing, man. It's a great comic book. It's a great character, diverse character. Intentionally, and they're doing live action, man, and they announced this a long time ago. And we've been excited about that, Tiffobot. I believe that we both have been excited. So we finally get our first look, Tiff. Tiff, I'm dying to know how you felt about Kamala in the flesh.
I think this looks really cute.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, here's the thing. I think this looks good too, but I kind of like that this is more like, it's almost like Marvel for Riverdale.
Yeah, I
kids,
would agree with you.
right? So there's like some teen drama, some like teen romance, blah blah blah. But I like it because she is a teen and she loves Marvel. That she was a Marvel fangirl. That's she wanted to be a superhero.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like I like that. Not all of our superheroes that we see, most of them are kind of like drafted into it by birth or circumstance.
Yeah.
I mean, and of course, here she's getting the power not from, you know, she didn't do it herself, but like she wanted it. It's not like it's something that she finds to be a burden. But I think it looks really fun. I think like it's one of those shows that's probably made a little bit more for teenagers, but that adults who are into this stuff wouldn't mind watching. Supposedly, like the CW Flash and stuff.
I'm actually gonna agree with you. I was taken aback just a little bit when I saw it because of the lack of seriousness of it, you know, and especially those first couple of books when she got her powers, it was a rough thing because she has strict Muslim parents, that don't want her outside by herself. She
Mhm.
she has to stay around family. They don't they're just not into anything like that. And she was having such a rough, because every time she went out, she had to say, "I'm going to see her
Yeah.
brother at the store," or something like that. She had to have a
Sorry.
destination where she was like protected. So I don't know how they're gonna do her powers because there's no Inhumans in this universe. She got her things through that Terrigen gas thing from the
Mhm.
Inhumans, so they're gonna have to do that. I will say, the powers are bothering me. you
Do you
know,
think they look goofy?
guys, I don't like them so far because she's basically a version of Reed
Like Reed
Richards.
Richards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this actually looks like it's activating a power when something happens, and I'm wondering where they're going with this, and I'm wondering why they did that. Maybe they thought that the stretchy hand and the stretchy big fist and is you know looks dumb. Maybe it didn't look good, but
Yeah.
they definitely made a choice.
But it also looks dumb here as part of the problem. I don't think they made it look any better.
Yes, yes, yes. That's exactly where I was meandering to. Is that if you're gonna do something, you want to keep it, to the same, power set, but then you're still doing something that's like, what's happening?
Yeah. I think that maybe what they need to do with this situation would be it. I don't know if it's just we're not there yet or if just in reality that it doesn't translate to
And maybe it didn't.
the screen. Um, but I think that they need to start doing more like showing the power up and then kind of lacking focus on the actual fist
Yeah.
and then showing the repercussions. They can still make it look that would make it look cooler because then you don't notice so much. It's kind of like when I was watching the Batman and I was like, oh, his face looks really stupid.
Uh-huh.
Where
Yeah.
if you just like didn't show me that, I wouldn't have mattered what his face looked. Does that make sense? I don't know how to explain it, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they could
But
do it a little bit better.
if it's a superhero, it has to be some power. So, it does look teeny. It does look like Marvel's edition of, what they have, that Cloak and Dagger that was out. I never watched it. That was on some strange channel that shouldn't have been Marvel. They
Yeah,
also,
freeform.
I think it was Freeform. Yeah, yeah, it was. Is that channel still around? But
I think so.
I know they had it on there, and then the Runaways, which I never watched, seemed like it was
You
geared
know,
more
I
for
loved the Runaway comic books. It's probably one of my favorite comic books of all time.
Mhm.
And I never watched that show because,
You didn't want to ruin it.
yeah, it looked like it was going to ruin it. And I know that, like, it is for teen. I read it. I was in college, so I was probably like just on the outside of like. I mean, I was probably within its intended audience. I probably think it's intended for like 15 to 25-year-olds, right?
Yeah,
They're young kids that like their parents are evil, but they become superheroes, blah, 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 blah. And there was like a lot of CW style drama in it.
yeah,
But I felt like it was also handled like they also faced a lot of like really, I know this is, I can't believe I'm just like defending this silly comic book, but like they faced a lot of like what I felt was like real issues for like they were runaway teens, like
yeah,
things like
yeah,
that, and like the dangers that they got into all seemed very real.
yeah.
um
I mean, you can watch that stuff. and enjoy it. You know, hell, I still watch The Flash. I don't really want to tell nobody. I still watch The
You
Flash.
just told a bunch of people.
I know. I still watch The Flash, not because it's a guilty pleasure. I don't know why I still watch The Flash, but
I
it's
know
not
why
bad.
you can't stand not to know. If I told you right now,
Right.
if I started telling you
You're
a fucking story right now, and then I was like, oh, never mind, you
you're
would probably hunt me down
you are so
until
right.
you've heard the fucking rest of
Right.
it.
You are 100% right. So we know why I still watch The Flash.
Yeah, you got to see it to the end. Now it's like, although you
Right.
did stop watching The Walking Dead.
I did. I did, but I stopped watching it because it just got to be too much to me, the violence. And now I watch The Boys. But it took me like,
What a nice segue.
I know it took me like 100 years to watch The Boys. Like the second season, I got
Yeah.
like to the last two shows, and that last show I watched was like, whoo, oh shit, this shit too much for me. So I took like
So
3 or 4 months off, and I came back. I was like, oh, I forgot I was watching The Boys. Let me finish it. But it's just so much, man. It's just, I mean, heads exploding. And
and some of the stuff that like, there's the scene. I think that maybe when I think about The Boys, there's probably way worse things that have happened in it. But I always think about Haley Joel Osment getting his face smashed into that sink.
yeah, that's bad.
That one was really bad.
Oh, there's been so much more worse than that.
There has, but I think maybe that was like the most memorable one from the first season, where I was like,
Oh,
that
no.
man's yeah, come on, what's more memorable? The person exploding? You hardly see any of that.
Between with the head between the legs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You know, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, that was like, I don't want to see it no more. Take it out. Take it out. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. That's how
I loved
felt.
it. I thought, you know what? Bring it on. So speaking of which, we're talking about Boys season 3 trailer dropped.
Yeah, sure did. And they have a thumbnail of Billy with looks like he has powers and stuff, which would be the worst thing on the planet.
I know. I was like, but I think that they talked about that before, but it's like he hates superheroes. So I I get that that's kind of where we go with.
But he would definitely take them powers.
He would do it to kill them, right?
Yeah.
But then, so I guess my question is, I've read like the first 2 comic books of The Boys, not the omnibuses, like the volume 1 and volume 2.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if that's the kind of arc for Billy, is that eventually he would be the worst superhero.
I wonder if he would be the worst. He would definitely make it his business to kill every last one of them.
And then he might, kill himself.
Maybe. Yeah.
That seems like something he would do.
It does something like he said, listen, mate, I tell you, I always had a plan. This is my plan.
Yeah, he does talk about that plan.
Yeah.
I wonder how, I also do wonder, first of all, I love The Boys, but I love Frenchie.
Oh, that's your boy, right?
My favorite person in the whole fucking thing. And I see only a little bit of him in this. I mean, obviously, but they're also. So, what did you think of this trailer?
Okay, so first of all, after I calmed the hell down from all the
took like several deep breaths.
Yeah, we had the Red Band trailer, guys. It was just like, it's like,
why would I watch anything but the Red Band trailer? Who's that for? Who's the non-Red Band trailer for? For someone who's not gonna watch The Boys?
Oh, I watch The Boys. It just takes me a while, It's like splat, splat. I mean, what I'm saying? It's like, woo. Every couple bars, it's a big splat, somebody dying. So they got the guy from Supernatural coming aboard. And they have been talking about this character. I guess this character is like some big deal. I don't know. I don't read the comic books, y'all. And so for you purists who do, don't even start. All right. Shit, we can't read everything. Because you know how they be.
Wow, nobody said anything. You're so defensive.
No, because they will. Hey, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, so what I'm saying is that, so his character is supposed to be a big deal. I love Huey. He's my favorite character,
Really? Well, okay, that doesn't surprise me. That just seems like a person you would love. Yeah. I love Huey too, but I do want to talk about the part in this fucking preview where they make fun of that Pepsi commercial.
Oh, they do it.
They have those protesters and the police, and then
Tiff, A-Train is his name.
So he gets in there and like he's like runs in and then hands him like a A-Train energy drink or some shit.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so funny. I think this whole yes, this whole show is kind of a condemnation of, you know,
Everything.
capitalism
Yeah.
and
Well, capitalism for
who we
sure.
think are heroes and who are villains, and I think some of that comes through in like, so these people are our most powerful people, right? They're
Right.
the people who should be protecting us, and obviously they're bad, but they're not just bad. That's not the only problem. The other problem is they do stupid shit, like when they're doing that dance, like when they're in that boy band, and you're
Yeah.
like, and you think
Yeah.
about all the stuff that like that is purposefully lampooning, like so we notice how stupid it is. But then you think about all like the politicians that you've seen do stupid dances and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
where you're
Yeah.
just like, this is all just a farce.
Yes, that's a good an analogy there. You know, you think about Homelander. You know, the most powerful ones on the show are also the most incompetent ones, which is, you know, and they're human because they're basically humans, but their humanity, their flaws in their humanity makes it's like it's like just the worst thing about him. They can't escape it, right? You know, he just all he wants is just to be adored by people. He could murder everybody and run the whole planet, but he don't want to do that. He wants to be the guy that everybody like, but he's
Right. But
shit.
he'll hurt you to make that happen.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's no boundaries with him and the power.
When he's like milking that cow,
yeah,
I was like, God, this has got to stop. The show is very horny and like
all about
weird,
them titties.
it's a weird horny where like it's like fetish stuff. And
Yeah, because he was drinking milk last time, remember?
Yes, he was all about, you thought that he was, well, you knew when he was drinking the breast milk and stuff. Like I knew, like we knew that was going to happen before it happened, because I was like, you could just feel it. He was so weird.
Yeah, when he laid in the woman's lap, and you know, Elizabeth Shue, and she got the nice boobies, and you know, she's lactating. You know, he's laying right into her boobies. I was like, I said, this dude, you know, he was so jealous of the baby, he murdered the baby. Spoilers.
Oh my God, I forgot that he murdered that baby.
Yeah, he murdered the baby, and then spoilers alert, damn it, for season 2. My favorite scene was the most nastiest scene. I can't when the boy got his powers and burnt that damn woman up. It was like, yes. Got her punk ass. Got her.
Oh Jesus.
She was awful.
Yes. I mean, like the thing about The Boys is that they have the kind of villains that you love to hate. The fish guy, who everyone just loathes him. And the thing about it is
I
that
wish he'd go away. He's so disgusting to me. He
is gross, but also he's very hot. And I think
I can't even see how you see it with the shit they've been having him doing. Especially look at this thing. He's sitting there screwing somebody, and then he's
looking at that octopus.
Yeah, but he wants the octopus. Holy shit.
I lost my fucking mind. Oh my God. Here's the thing. I think I like the things that they do in this show because they are so shocking.
Oh yeah.
Like,
100%.
So we're all right, everybody. If you are sensitive and you don't want spoilers, please plug your ears, because there's that scene where she finger bangs his fish gills.
That was so disgusting, man.
I mean, honestly, I thought it was a brilliant piece of filmmaking because it was so fucked up.
You know,
I was just like,
this is one of the
weirdest things I've ever seen. Look at my smile. I'm so ecstatic about this weird shit that happened in the show.
Now, here's the problem for me. That actor, that's all I think about when I see him now. Like, I can't unsee it. It's like
that's one of the things I really hate for actors, is that, like, not in your case, because I know that you're not like completely off the deep end, but some people literally cannot separate a character
that's true
from the actor.
That's
like
true.
Those, like, there's many actors who have played like very famous villains or whatever, and people will see them on the street and like throw things at them and stuff and be like, why did you murder Carrie? And you're like, that is a fucking movie, you crazy person.
yeah. But that one, Tiff, that one's that's in here
for me.
It's in my head.
Still 10 out of 10, very hot.
Really?
Okay. Not the fish fucking. I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about the actor. God damn it, Tim. Calm down.
But I did laugh a lot when he was looking at that octopus. It's very funny to me.
It was disgusting to me. I was like, God damn.
It's very funny. It's very funny. It's
I don't want to see him no more, because that's all I think about.
I don't want to see him anymore. He don't have to be on
He don't have to be on the show no more.
I think he'll be the next person that gets killed, honestly.
No, he really don't have no story. He didn't have his story was weak.
Well, that's why I'm saying he's got into that cult, right? And things are getting fucking weird.
But they're out of the cult, Tiff. You know,
right? So I'm thinking he's coming to like a point where he will have like a come to Jesus moment
Oh,
and he'll get
oh, oh.
killed.
You know something? I just realized the ending of that thing, the last and final scene. That was great. How they did the little switcheroo with the senator, with the congresswoman chick, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, whoa, this is interesting now. You know what I'm saying? Ooh.
I said my question was, how long can this show possibly go on?
Well, I think
Because
the book still gets printed, right?
they made a sequel to it. It had finished before the
Okay.
show was
Okay.
a long time before the show was picked up, but now there's like
Yeah.
The Boys and then
Nice.
the subtitle of the woman's name. I think I can't remember.
Yeah,
her name.
there's a cartoon based on the show
Fuck
on,
this shit.
on Amazon.
Please stop. I saw that and it made me mad.
Did it? Wow. What was it about?
Why? Because The Boys is a singular property. It doesn't need to be adapted twice in the span, like while the other one is still going on. There's nothing more that you need to be saying or doing about it at this time. I don't even think that 10 years from now, if they were like, we have a boys cartoon, I'd be like, fuck that boys cartoon. I don't need it. It's like it already exists in one iteration as a book and then interpreted as a film or whatever. I don't need another one.
I think it's the same universe or something. I don't know.
Well, let alone happening at the same time. I also, let's be honest, there's like side stories where there's other evil or good superheroes, and I just don't give a fuck.
Okay, I got you.
I'm sorry, everyone who's into it. Enjoy.
I think I'm gonna check it out. I'd like to see what it's about.
Don't you dare come back here and tell me how good it is and try to make me watch it, because I'm not gonna.
Yeah, might. Yeah. Anyway, man. Yeah, of course we're gonna watch it because we'll probably do a one shot on the show. I can't take my eyes off of it, but I can. I'll be needing breaks in between shows. This would be too much.
I will watch. Well, they come out weekly now. They're
right.
not all dumped at once.
Yeah.
But we watch them as soon as they're on.
Yeah. Hey, Tiff, speaking of stuff that we like, that show Upload is back. Remember that on Amazon? Speaking of
Yeah, I didn't watch all of it though.
Oh, I did. I enjoyed it. It was a very nice comedy, man. I dug it. I recommend that. So The Boys will be back. I didn't see when this trailer. I didn't even look and see when.
June 6th.
June, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to keep us in the house again, huh? In the summertime.
I mean, I'll be coming home after the pool on Friday, and I will watch this, and then I'll go out with my friends and
the pool on Friday. Yes, indeed. So, that's it, Tiff. We're gonna take a break because it's break time, and we're gonna get our list together and shock the world with our time travel movies. Oh,
I don't think we're gonna shock anybody.
Disclaimer: no Back to the Future is allowed on this list. So there you go. So it's yeah. And Tiff, have some faith here. We're shocking individuals. So we'll be right back, y'all.
All right.
All right, we return. As you can see, as you can hear.
Well, I mean, both, depending on who you are.
Right, y'all, because we're on video now, man. We released the show in two formats, as we probably should have said in social media, but just so you know. So, and the people who are watching me are just like, yeah, we see you, you idiot. Okay, so man, we're doing the top worst five, top best I almost said time machine. Time traveling movies in history, man, or that we can come up with. So we're gonna do the good first because I think that'll be good. So we'll do the weakest of the good to the best of the good, and then we'll do the exact same thing for the worst ones, man.
Sometime we should try to guess the ones that are on the other one's list.
Oh, we can do that today. That we just
no, I don't think you'll be able to guess anything on my list. Maybe one or
Okay.
two things.
Okay, yeah, you might be right about that shit. So, Tiff, we're gonna start with you. What is your number 5 of the good stuff?
Okay, the least best of the good stuff.
Least best of the good stuff.
Okay, so my least best of the good stuff is 13 Going on 30.
Damn, the hell is that?
It is a rom-com with Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo, where she's
that's fairly
13.
new.
No.
No?
I don't know when it came out, like 10 years ago, maybe.
Oh, okay.
So she's 13 and she wishes to be 30.
Wow. That's
she
funny.
travels into the future.
Wow. Oh, yeah, I remember. It's funny. I put the word 13 in and my phone went right directly to the movie. So I think
Very popular movie.
Really? Oh, it's that popular. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, with people who like that kind of movie.
Okay, it's a rom-com. So she ended up becoming 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
sounds a little creepy. What's
It
happening?
is. I will say that was my one caveat, is that you kind of have to be like,
a
ignore that
little creepy there.
it is, but that's cute.
Oh
Mark
boy.
Ruffalo's cute, so
Okay.
you
Okay.
enjoy it.
So man, my number. I had a rough time, man. I had a rough
Hmm.
time, and I'm gonna say this with a disclaimer because I used to didn't like this movie at all.
Okay.
But over the years, I have grown a fondness because they've had worse movies than this in the Star Trek universe, and that's I'm
Mhm.
talking about Star Trek: the Voyage Home #4, Star Trek 4, directed by Leonard Nimoy.
So, okay.
That's the one where there ought to be whales here, sir. You know, so they brought the whales from the future.
This is a lot.
I really liked when they went
I'm,
to the back in San Francisco and they were fish out of water and stuff, and they had to find money, and they were like they just act like a bunch of lost kids. Never before in any Star Trek have they been that lost on the world, as they were on their own world being lost, And I used to hate it. I used to be like, it's not about space. You had a dope movie, two dope movies, one, 2, and 3, and then you did this shit. But now when it comes on, man, I'm like, oh man, I like this, and I'm sitting there watching.
this is a lot of information about your number 5 Star Trek.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. Oh, I'm talking too much. Damn.
No.
Goodness gracious! I thought we was on a talk show.
Yes. Sorry, that's not what I meant. I was just like, you're like, I didn't really like this movie, but here is an intricate love letter that I've written to it, and everyone has to listen to. I guess I'll do my number 4.
Your number 4, madam.
Now it's my turn to talk. Everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. Here comes Tiffany. My phone, of course, fucking shut down. So my number 4 is gonna be 12 Monkeys.
I knew this was on your list.
I love 12 Monkeys.
I knew this was gonna be on your list, man.
Is it not on your list? It's a good movie.
No, it's not on my list. I don't enjoy the movie.
Oh, fuck. That's surprising.
I know.
That's really, it's a good movie. You're very rude, and I'm not gonna
all
talk
you
to you
people who think I like everything. I don't like this shit.
I think that you like garbage. That's not that you don't. Okay, what is your number 4?
Some garbage.
Let's hear your number 4 garbage.
My number 4 is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
You know what? I knew that was going to be on yours. Actually,
it's on yours too.
No.
Okay.
Remember how I told you that I could have done 6 or 7 of each one?
Oh yeah. He was right there. Huh?
I have that would be one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah, I mean, dude, talk about just a whimsical time.
Yeah.
At the theater, just. I fell in love with them 2 idiots from the first moment they was in that garage playing with those guitars and stuff. It comes on and you're like, what is this about? Like the first time I remember, the first time. And then it was just like, oh, they're stupid. Oh, but they're adorable.
Oh, they're stupid. What a funny thing to think.
They're like village idiots, the both of them, And they do all this stuff. They go through time. They meet these people. They have a good time. And what's so attractive to them is that there's no color, there's no age, there's no politics. They're just 2 goofballs who genuinely like everything and
want to get a good grade on their history.
Yeah, they just think everything is cool. They find the goodness in everything. They excellent. And it's stupid. If this is not your jam, don't do it. You'll hate it. But it's about time travel. It's all about time travel, and I love it.
I mean, yeah, I would say that beyond the rule that we made that we couldn't talk about Back to the Future.
Yes,
I think that this was also maybe borderline something we maybe wouldn't have because it's such a kind of iconic time travel movie. However, it's good. So my number 3.
Your number 3
is a movie called Safety Not Guaranteed.
I've heard the title before. I have no idea what it's
about. Scott Aubrey Plaza in it, and it's a movie based on an advertisement that was in a paper that seemed like a real thing, where it was seeking a companion for time traveling. It was like a personal ad.
Okay.
That ran, I don't know, a long time ago. And then the address was like a PO box, and they were like trying to see if anyone would respond to it. And it has a pretty interesting history, but that's not what this movie is about. In this movie, it is as if that is real, and they respond. Well, I mean, they don't believe that it happened, but she responds to that, and then it goes from there.
And what's the name of it again?
Safety Not Guaranteed, because in the original ad, that was something that was said, safety not guaranteed.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you.
Hmm.
All right. Right. It's okay. All right. Where am I at? Number three?
Yes.
My number three is a movie I saw when I was a kid back in
I
1981.
fucking know exactly what you're gonna say.
What?
Flight of the Navigator.
No.
Damn
it. No. Time Bandits, man. 1983,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
I love this movie.
Oh man.
Yes, man. It has John Gleeson in it, Sean Connery's in it. It's heavy British. You know, it looked like Harry Potter was trying to steal, the Dursleys from, this movie, man.
Mm.
It's really good. It's a bunch of little people that work for God, and they steal his treasure map to treasures all over the universe. And they fall in on this little boy, and he goes on with them for an adventure. And I loved it as a kid. I've seen it recently, and I loved it still. I was
Really?
like, yeah. I was like,
I have
really
seen
good.
that movie a long time ago, and I think I tried to rewatch it recently. I got bored and turned it off.
Did you? Yeah, I love that movie.
But I think maybe I didn't have as much of a connection to it when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean, see, things were weird when I was a kid because you only saw the movie in the movies. There was no VCRs. There was nothing to. It was it.
You couldn't leave. I mean, like you could leave, but it was less likely that you were going to be like. I feel like that, like, there's this whole phenomenon. I feel like more so for your generation, a little bit for my generation, where like maybe I'd watch stuff on TV and you wouldn't be able to get access to it again right away.
No, it's gone. Right? You wouldn't see it.
So
you wouldn't see it for a long time.
So there was like this kind of weird, like you would sometimes sit through stuff that maybe you didn't like at first, and then grew to like, or it changed, or it surprised you because you kind of didn't. I feel like sometimes the option of choice makes you you're less likely to give something your time if it even bothers you a little bit. Even something that might turn out to be surprising or good, you start to be like, well, I'm just fucking at home and I'm just gonna turn it off. Yeah,
that's true. Because people will just, you rarely walk out of a movie.
Right. I mean, like I have, but like it would be harder than to just do it at home for some reason.
Yeah, I love this movie. So I didn't get a chance to see it over and over and over and grow up with it. You know what I'm saying? Even Star Wars, you couldn't watch it.
I knew that was the case, but that still blows my mind that you would see Star Wars once and then, like, I think that's part of what helps the kind of the mythos of it, because you just would think about this thing that you only got to see a handful of times, maybe.
Yep.
That's really, I like that.
Cable came around and they started showing stuff, but we were too poor for cable, so that wasn't happening. Yeah. And we were the last people on the street to get a VCR.
We had one of those race car rewinders.
Oh, yeah. Rewinder, of course. Who didn't?
And that we got that specifically because we would never rewind the videos before taking them back to the store, and you get that $3. Charge.
$3 every time. $3. So, Time Bandits. Tiff, your number two.
My number two is Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
I keep missing this movie. And
I know. Yeah. I know when I put on my list, I was like, tee. Of course, Montego and I both love this movie.
Love it.
I will say that, like, I loved this movie when I was growing up, and then I hadn't really watched a lot of Bond films, but now I've seen quite a few. One of my favorite that we've watched multiple times is Goldeneye.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch, it's just that kind of, if you've never seen a James Bond movie, but you've seen Austin Powers, it'll be even funnier to you.
Yeah, 100%.
If you watch James Bond movie.
You expect me to talk, sir? No, I expect you to die, Mr. Bond. So I love it.
Well, it's just like
my favorite old one is Dr. No, of course. I love that movie. Love it.
I just like thinking about, like, there's jokes in Austin Powers about like a lot of vagina.
Yeah, all that fun stuff. Yeah,
and you're like, and I remember watching it when I was younger and thinking, well, that's pretty like it's not on the note. I was like, that okay,
pussy galore.
But then I watched, even in Goldeneye, her name is Onatopp.
Yeah.
And he makes kind of an Austin Powers face about it. I mean, the whole fucking thing is
they had lost their mind with all those names. I mean, it don't get no worse than Pussy Galore. I mean, how is that somebody's name? How is that a name?
I mean, honestly, to me, and I'm gonna go out and people can get at me. Pussy Galore. Pussy Galore.
Right.
Almost sounds more like a 1950s. Like how, like neighbor, like she wears her 50s like dresses, and like people wouldn't, and it'd be in the 50s, so nobody would say anything about it. They would be like, oh,
Right.
that's my best friend Pussy. But Anna Top is clearly
Oh shit.
like a very,
I disagree with you. Yeah,
you guys,
none is worse than Pussy Galore. That was the top of the heap. It was like
Pussy Galore. I kind of just, it sounds like Tipper Gore to me. Pussy
Tipper Gore.
Galore sounds like Tipper Gore to me.
Oh, shit. Okay, enough about this pussy.
Sorry,
Let's
I'm
see.
sorry.
Where we at?
Sorry, I don't even know. I think I'm
Austin
at
Powers. You were at
your
two.
number 2.
My number 2. My movie has 2 names: Live, Die, Repeat, and
Yes.
Edge of Tomorrow.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me. I knew that was going to come up in your list because you love it.
Oh, I love it so much. I could watch it all the time, man. It's just so good. I love the characters in it. I love the flash. And you would think that movie would get on your damn nerves, but it never got old. You know what I'm saying? Even some scenes they like completely redid, you know, and you're just like, damn, it's not on my nerves. It's so good. Especially when he like had lived so much, he didn't even know how many days he was alive. He got good. You know, he's running around in circles.
I've never seen it.
Oh, damn, it's so good. It's so good.
I like to upset you because I know that I know I disappoint you when I tell you what I haven't seen.
That's a good one.
There's just so many movies to see.
That's
like,
a good one though.
I'm gonna miss movies starting right now that are good going forward. It's hard for me to go back.
That Tiff, I think that movie that's got a you written on it. You would enjoy that shit. That's for sure.
Does it get really depressed?
It do. Yeah.
That's what I'm into. Depression.
It's good.
Get real deep in this depression. I want to see someone else who's sad.
God damn it. So where are we at here?
Number 1.
Your number 1.
My number 1 is Donnie Darko.
I knew that was your number 1.
It's one of my favorite movies. Of course, I'm going to put it at my number 1.
Knew it was that. And if you guys,
I know you don't like it. We just don't agree.
I think we did that on Patreon though. You can go check.
Yes, we did.
We did do it, and I got through it. You know,
I was just surprised you didn't like it. It's such a good movie.
Nah, I didn't like it. My number 1, Tiffobot.
Mm-hmm.
Terminator 2. T2.
Okay, see, I agree with that. I like that movie.
Perfect time traveling movie, Jack.
Perfect time traveling movie.
Love.
There are so many more time traveling movies.
Yeah, you got a bunch of Terminators in there too.
I wanted to put on the honorable mention was Bill and Ted, but also Time Cop. I know that it's a bad movie. I don't give a shit.
I like Time Cop. It is a bad movie. It's a bad movie, but I like it.
But it would have been in my 5 good ones, but I didn't have room.
He is depressed in that damn movie.
Oh shit! He just
my family's
dead.
Yeah, I like the bad guy though. He was pretty good. He was pretty popular back that time. That guy was getting roles, and now I haven't seen his ass in 1,000 years. You know,
maybe he's just done.
Yeah, or they're done with him. Our worst Tiffobot. We're gonna try to get these a little quicker. So,
whoa, that's rude of you to say to me. I think
your number 5 Tiffobot.
Your number 5. Okay, so I had a romantic comedy on my first one. I'm gonna say The Lake House.
Oh, really?
Is a fucking terrible movie. Do you like that movie?
I've never seen that movie, but I've seen the trailer and stuff for that.
Yeah, like it's a Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock romantic movie. It's not a comedy.
Time travel? Really?
Yeah. It's across time.
Oh shit! They always
gross.
Like
vomit.
They got a Hugh Jackman like that.
Oh my god! There's a huge market. There's somewhere in time.
Yeah.
Kate and Leopold.
Yeah, Kate and Leopold.
Yeah. I think this is more like a 10-year span or some shit.
No. Okay.
And I think they get letters through a magic mailbox. It's garbage.
Okay. My number 5. Another Terminator movie.
Oh,
Terminator Genesis.
Terminator Genesis is on my list too.
So bad.
It's fucking stinky. We saw that at the fucking drive-in, and I thought, even at the drive-in, which I think is a nice experience, no matter what movie you're watching, I was like, this is a fucking waste of my time. That's what I thought.
It was terrible. Yeah, you got John Connor as the bad guy, and he a robot and shit. Oh god, it was just
help.
Really, why y'all do this? You know,
so watch this movie, and I'm just like, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Arnold Schwarzenegger got Khaleesi running around there, being the worst Sarah Connor she could ever be.
So like, we watched that movie. I believe in the same. We saw a double feature, I think, with Angels and Demons.
Oh, really?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Fucking the whole night was awful.
Yeah. Well, man, it sounds like it.
Anyway,
Just eat your popcorn and throw it and play it
I
around.
just drive out, just drive through the cornfield that's right next to the fucking, just escape.
You're number 4, Tiff.
My number 4 was Terminator Genesis.
Oh, okay. Okay. So,
So-
my number 3.
Mhm.
Mine, no, am I first or you first? Okay, it doesn't matter. My number 3 is 2002, The Time Machine with Guy Pearce.
The Time Machine.
Yeah, it's the classic story, The Time Machine.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I don't remember anything about this movie.
Yeah, it came out. I was really into movies when this came out in 2002. I went to the theater. I wasn't attracted to Guy Pearce. He wasn't like a thing that I was like, oh yeah, I want to see this thing. I just wanted to see this movie about time travel because I like that. I love stuff like that. And he ends up going so far into the future. Humans have de-evolved, and it just got to the point that it was just like, ugh. And it was like a twist on it. He was trying to like, he had a lost love and was trying to figure out a way to, it was bad. It was bad. And I said, like, I went to the theater, so I sat there the whole thing. And when it was over with, I was just like, what the hell did I just watch? So terrible, terrible movie. So you're number 3, Tough.
My number 3
Yeah.
is Timeline.
Timeline.
It was that had Paul Walker in it. It was
I never saw this movie.
It was
Remember it,
a
though.
Michael Crichton film
Yeah.
where they use science and they go back in time and they're knights. I don't really remember much about this film. I think I saw it when I was in high school. I just remember thinking, boy, that sucked. And I had no taste back then, so I can't imagine that it would be better now.
Right. I remember when this movie came out, and I was gonna see it only because Paul Walker was in it.
Well, it's a fucking disappointment to me because I love a lot of Michael Crichton movies,
course.
like Jurassic Park,
Don't
The
say
Sphere.
Congo. Don't say Congo.
Oh, I don't like Congo.
Okay,
The Sphere, and I like the book The Sphere. So I was like, well, probably this timeline is fine. Stinks. Boo. Boo.
Wow. Look how far Michael Crichton has fell. He was
Well, he's dead, so he's fallen really far.
Jurassic Park to Timeline, huh? So, my number 2 of the worst of the worst, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, 1971.
Never seen it.
Never before in movie history you can take a cool concept and make some dope ass movies, but then don't know when to stop, and you just keep coming up with dumb stuff just to make them.
Never before. Well, maybe never. Maybe that was the first one.
Yeah. So the apes get off of I guess their society went so far that now they're taking moon missions and they go back in time. And
do they put a human in their moon rocket instead of a monkey?
Oh, that would have been interesting. All right,
Because we did that to the monkeys. Did they do that?
I don't think so.
Oh,
yeah,
that would have been.
They did.
Yeah, of course they did. I feel it.
But it wasn't a human. It was because they weren't.
It was a baby.
Yeah, exactly. So
was it a baby?
Yeah, the one lady had a baby. So these apes land, and they're higher beings, and they got on spacesuits, and everybody's like it ensues chaos and stuff, and they end up getting killed or some shit like that. But the baby survives, and Ricardo Montalban.
Everything about this is ridiculous.
Ricardo Montalban was like some zookeeper, and he's like, "Yes, your mama and papa, they were something." And
so the humans in a zoo, of course.
No, it's a baby. It's the regular chimpanzee. But then he starts talking at the end. It's so dumb. It's just so stupid. Like,
I'm so confused. I maybe would watch this movie.
No, it's bad. Don't.
Okay. My number 2 worst time travel film is a film I absolutely fucking hate.
Yes.
Called Click. Remember that movie with Adam Sandler?
Yeah, Adam Sandler. I've never seen it though, but I know
that movie is fucking terrible.
Really?
Like if I was being punished, I think somebody would make me watch the movie Click.
I know it was pretty popular when it came.
Is it? It fucking sucks.
No, when it came out, it was pretty popular. It was like that summer thing.
He has a remote, and I think that the lesson of the movie is that so he can fast forward.
Christopher Walken's in that, isn't he?
Yes, he can fast forward, pause, rewind, but after a while, the remote starts to remember what you fast forward through. So if you fast forward through work, it might just fast forward through all work for forever.
Oh wow.
And so there was a lesson that was well, be careful what you wish for, which was stupid enough to begin with. I'm not a baby,
right.
But also, just like every Adam Sandler movie, it's just a lot of fart jokes or jokes about how people look. You know what I mean? Which I'm not opposed to it, but I'm there's got to be something more than this stupid fucking movie. You know,
I enjoyed that dumb Halloween movie he came out with.
we turned that fucking shit off.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I don't know if I can trust you anymore.
It,
Maybe you should watch Click. Maybe Click will be your new time travel favorite movie.
Look, I laugh at stupid shit. Like I like love the Water Boy. I love that movie. And
I like The Water Boy too, but there was just something else there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It wasn't just somebody farting into a cup. I don't fucking know.
what is it? Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. I like
Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison. I like them. I like 50 First Dates, but I think I don't know. He's in it, but I don't think he has anything to do with it.
Okay. So, man, to the number one. My number one is Free Jack, 1992. Starred,
Never heard of this movie.
What's the Hannibal Lecter actor? It was right after that. That's why I went to go see it.
Hannibal Lecter.
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, Anthony Hopkins. I'm sorry. Yes, I had a brain fart.
And Emilio Estevez, and he was.
Oh, I love Emilio Estevez.
Emilio Estevez was hot.
He's very sexy.
And no, I mean he was hot at the time, and
well, he's also sexy. He's probably also sexy at the time.
And also he Anthony Hopkins was right off of that killer movie,
Silence of the Lambs,
and it was terrible. Yes, it was terrible. It was like God.
Sometimes good actors can't save a movie.
Mick Jagger was in
sometimes. Ew. Terrible. Sometimes bad movies make actors bad.
Yeah, it was nothing. It was not good. It was not good, man. Anyway, so your number one, Tiff.
My number one is The Butterfly Effect. Remember that trash pile?
Never seen it before, but I know all about it.
And honestly, I have a hard time remembering now if it's the worst of all those ones I just listed. It probably isn't. It probably deserved to be maybe more towards 5.
That movie was popular when it was out.
Yeah, I saw it, and I remember the only thing I remember about it was that they burn a dog in a bag.
Shit.
It was very. It almost felt like which here's the thing. I've seen worse things happen in a movie.
Yeah.
Like that's not the worst thing I've ever seen happen in a movie. It felt a little bit like either this person had a traumatic dog related experience or that they were trying to work out, or the only thing they could think of that would shock people would be this dog situation.
Like that,
Which I mean, neither one of those is the working it out trauma wise is fine, but the rest of the movie didn't hold up to that kind of intensity.
I wanted to see it, but then never got around to it, and now I don't care. So
I wouldn't. I mean, I think there's he travels in time when he gets a nosebleed, or he nosebleeds because he travels in time, and then I think he dies from the nosebleed.
Making stuff worse and stuff.
Woo! Okay, don't see it, or if you love it, good.
So that's the list, y'all. Top of the top and top of the worst, man. So we're going to take our final break, and we're going to come back with this Adam Project movie. So hold on to your buttocks. We'll be right back. It's main topic time, guys. It's time to get into the good stuff. So we stayed home and checked out Netflix this week. If you got Netflix, you can check this out. This is 2022, the Adam Project. I don't know why my mind wants to put an S on the back.
Because I was about to talk about that. Obviously, this is a play on ATOM, Adams.
Yeah. Oh.
And so yes, I get
it. Action, adventure, comedy.
Sure. Because Ryan Reynolds can't do not comedy.
He did a not comedy in Amityville Horror.
Was he funny? Did he say one funny thing?
Yep.
He sure fucking did. Go on. I'm sorry.
After accidentally crash landing in 2022, time-traveling fighter pilot Adam Reed teams up with his 12-year-old self for a mission to save the future. Who's the star, Triple?
Okay, well, obviously, since the cat's out of the bag, Ryan Reynolds is in this movie.
Ryan Reynolds is in this movie.
Mark Ruffalo.
I was surprised. I didn't look and see who was in this movie.
Him. I mean, here's the thing. Ryan Reynolds, extraordinarily hot. Can't be mad about it. Jennifer Garner's in this movie.
Yes, she is. Indeed.
Catherine Kinnear.
Catherine Kinnear is in this movie.
I love Catherine Kinnear. Zoe Saldana. Everybody in this movie is very hot, actually. To be honest with you, it's star-studded. Yeah. And then Alex Malari Jr. is Adam.
That's the child, right?
Yes,
the little boy. He is starring in this movie.
Nope. Alex Malari Jr. is Christos. I don't know where the child's name is.
Walker Scobell is his name. Yes.
He doesn't even have a link on Wikipedia.
Oh,
Who
wow.
even is he?
No, he's just some
There's
kid.
even a younger one, Isaiah Hager, as younger 8-year-old Adam.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to know why you don't know? Anyway, let's get into it.
Yes. So, let's see. Before we go full in, it's time for one.
Unremarkable.
Unremarkable. That's a very deliberate word to me.
Yeah.
Very deliberate.
Like, I feel like if I wasn't watching this for a show, I would forget about it as soon as I was done with it. You know what I mean? And I don't even necessarily mean that as a really huge condemnation, because
Yes.
it really strikes me as a children's movie.
Yeah, and that's why my word is enjoy, because I enjoyed it, but that's it. You're right. It's nothing special, right? But while I was watching it,
you don't hate it. You're not miserable.
Right. I was watching it. It was fine. And I was very surprised because I did not see who was in this movie. So when Zoe Saldana showed up, when Mark Ruffalo showed up, it was like, it actually brought a lot more credibility to the whole thing to me, because I think his performance in this movie was really, really good. And not that anybody else's performance was terrible, but it was a straight Disney movie with a little bit of violence.
Oh, yeah. I mean, barely violent, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Just know that when I'm watching this, it's for children, and it's not necessarily a particularly like outstanding children's movie.
But I did like the message, man. You know, treat your parents good, man. You don't treat your mom like shit.
Okay, sure.
He was terrible to that lady.
A message does not a movie make.
Yeah. So let's hit those spoilers. Movie starts out with this these futuristic fighter jets are like trying to destroy one another, and obviously we hear Ryan Reynolds' voice. He's in one of the jets, and he's still in it. He drops a time boomer or something, and he gets away through the time hole. You know,
yes, through the time hole, the scientific time hole.
Right, wormhole. Right. So. He goes through there, he crashed and lands, and then
he's aiming for 2018.
Yes, but he ends up in this year, and then we get our look at at Adam as a 12-year-old kid running from bullies, and then he gets the shit beat out of him, and it's like, damn, that's pretty bad. But what I do like about the kid is the kid did a pretty good Ryan Reynolds.
You know what? I knew you were gonna fucking talk about it, and you know
he did.
You know how I feel about when Ryan Reynolds does Ryan Reynolds shit. So like, as soon as they had this little kid attempting to do Ryan Reynolds shit, I was like,
it worked. It worked. It did. It was not annoying enough.
You think that Ryan Reynolds was like that when he was a kid? I don't think so.
No, but that's the point. They're trying to have some recognition of the personality. You know, when you're 12, you're not gonna be.
It would be better if they were 100% different from each other.
Because that wouldn't be. You're probably still kind of the same when you were 12. You probably are. I mean, of course, you're a different person.
I was so nice and happy when I was 12.
What's the problem now, too?
Life sucks. World sucks. Shit sucks. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the Adam Project. So we have this little boy, little Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Who, let's be honest, in this movie, they don't waste a lot of time pretending that this isn't future Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Yeah.
They get right down to the fact that this is real. I trust that you're me because you have my scar, my dad's watch, my whatever.
Oh yeah, they did do that really quick, but that's fine with me because
I'm fine with that too. Like establishing that this is
time, right?
Yeah, I don't like it when they take I don't like it in a movie like this where they're like,
you were telling the truth right at the end.
Yeah, or like they take a long time to make me believe it. I'm like, you don't have to make me believe it because I already believe it because I'm already watching it.
Right. So, you know, they find out they're the same person. He's in the future. He knows all his dad's stuff. They had some nice coin, Tiflebot. They had a nice little spread. I like the house and the office and all that stuff. I was like, shit, I want to spread like this. But you know, the dad obviously died. Mom is still having a rough time. He's making it worse on the mom because, you know, he's projecting all his garbage.
All his garbage. And, you know, he have to try to figure out a way to get to someplace else. He needs the boy to boot up the plane because the plane fixes itself. So that's the reason why he gets the boy. And he's got to stay there for a couple of days for the plane to fix itself. While they're waiting, you know, the bad guys show up, Tiflebot. Yeah. So we have Maya is the woman who is the main villain, but then they have like the sub villain, Christos.
Yeah, he's nothing but a thug character.
Yeah, he's just like a
henchman, you know.
Yeah.
So they do the little fight out there, and Zoe Saldana character, she shows up. Laura shows up and saves the day. But pretty. So they did some pretty good twirly twirly fight scenes, man.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty good. I like the scene when he pulled out the thing and said it is a lightsaber. I was like, yeah, it basically looks like a lightsaber. But the weapons were so futuristic. I was like, wow, it must have been a lot of stuff happened from now and what it was about.
Yeah, it was 2050.
Yeah, 2050. Yeah, and I'm like, wow.
Which, so if this child is 12 in 2022, then that's how many years later?
He's in his 40s, so 20 years
That's
later.
Is that no 2050 is how many? 30 years.
Yeah.
28 years from now, he's 12.
Yeah, he did a Marty
38
McFly.
40. You're right.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure that he was young enough, because he is like clearly not old.
Yeah. So
Watch me working out very easy math on this show. I was like 2 + 5.
I'm like,
Anyway, I don't mind this interaction because I do love it in a time travel movie when they interact with their self.
Yeah.
In any form, because it's always really, I like any kind of interpretation of that. Well, first of all, adult Ryan Reynolds, what is it? Adult Adam.
Yeah.
Has some has some anger issues and some like dad issues.
Yeah, big time.
And is mad and kind of embarrassed of the way that he used to be, so he's not always nice to young Adam.
Oh, he hates his ass. That's for sure, man. He like let the bully beat his ass and stuff, and but he straightened him out on some stuff. But I like the scene when he talked to his mom.
Now, okay, I did too. I thought that was a really nice emotional scene, and it was well acted and all that good stuff. I was a little afraid that there was going to be some Back to the Future shit. I was like, oh no, they're in the bar, and I'm gonna have to see him. His mom trying to fuck him.
What do you think is what do you think?
I was worried. I didn't want to see it. I did not want to see that.
What did you think? Why she chased him out of the bar?
I don't know.
She was like, had that look like Eureka, it's him. And then she got up and left. And I was like, there's no in the world she would think that's her son. But later on in the movie, the father didn't even waste no time. He was like,
because he saw him with his son. And he knew if he saw his son, that the other guy must just be an older version of himself. That made sense to me.
So one of my favorite scenes, believe it or not, and I don't like love scenes, but I love when they go into that cabin, the Laura and Big Adam character, and they just start carrying it up, throw the boy outside.
The kid's just like, I'm gonna leave, so I can't. What I liked about it was that he was like, so I can't see this.
Look,
or hear it.
you haven't seen your significant other in 2 years, and you're reunited. I was like,
and they're perfect. That hot.
That was perfect. Yeah, it was hot. Yeah, I was looking at her like
everyone's hot. So that's just what happens.
Everybody's hot. So, she lets them get away. Time jumps again. You better come find me. Because
well, she wants him to
fix it,
to go back to 2018 like she had planned and destroy time travel altogether. And he didn't want to do that because then they would never meet.
Right.
Yeah. So and she was like, we already did.
Yeah.
We already met.
Yeah. So they go to the father's lecture. And this was actually a scene really well done, Tiflebot, in my opinion. I liked that they didn't go through all the bullshit of trying to convince, you throw that third person in there and this is going to be a person that's just not going to believe this, but I'll help you anyway. He knew immediately this was a son, and he did not like his older son. He didn't like the attitude, nothing.
I do like the expanding, contracting rings of hatred that we are experiencing in this movie. Yeah. Everyone kind of hates their future or past self. Or
like you're going to turn into him. He's an asshole. Yeah. So it worked out a lot of stuff for young Adam. Got a chance to hang around his dad again, and then they go to that particle accelerator place, and they do the team up. He's running the drones, but they get caught. The goddamn villains just kept showing up.
And I think like this is like, I didn't really know it while I was watching it, but like this is kind of the end.
Yeah.
Of the movie. I thought there would be more of a conflict because it seemed like this was a low grade conflict somehow. I don't know how to explain it, but they literally show up to stop them, and in very quick succession, they destroy the time machine on accident almost, right?
I did
'Cause
like the
she's-
magnetism stuff though. I dug that, you know.
yeah, I like when there are scientific, from what my limited understanding of what's happening, that there's a scientific ramification for fucking with something that's got this kind of big implication, right? Like if you destroy a time machine, I'm sure if such a thing could exist, that it would, because you're ripping holes in space time
Right.
with that mechanism, that if it's not controlled or if it's destroyed, it would fuck shit up. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. So all the bad guys got dispatched quickly, and these fools are fighting with all this catastrophe when they should be getting out of there. And the old Maya corrupted the young Maya, because so she was getting rich, doing all kind of wrong stuff.
Mhm.
And when she shot that pistol, you know, and it like did the little turnaround thing, I thought that was a pretty neat way to dispatch somebody in a movie, you know. And then her future self disappears, and you know, now y'all got to get the hell out of there. So it's funny, they took off. They ain't nobody grabbed the boy. He was on his own. I was like, shit, is he not the most important person in this movie right now?
Yeah.
If he lives, you know. So, you know, then they did let's play ball thing, and I thought that was sweet. He looked up and
yeah, I kind of like that they were gone when he turned around, that it wasn't like, I like that they didn't have this one perfect afternoon. Like I like that he was like, let's do it, and then it was like didn't happen, kind of, because they were gone already.
Yeah. So I guess the dad still gets murdered, right?
Yep. From here on out, it's all sad timeline.
Yeah. Then he meets the woman, you know, and
yeah, that's our happy ending, is that like the time traveling didn't destroy that relationship, which they were clearly really in love.
Yeah, it was okay, Tiff, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like honestly though, if 3 or 4 or 5 years from now someone was like, do you remember the Adam Project? I'd be like, not a damn thing.
No, I won't. You're right. I won't. It'll be one of them things that just disappear, you know, and I don't know. I won't remember it unless they start doing sequels.
Oh God, don't shut your fucking
This
mouth.
thing made so much money, you know, for Netflix. We got so many more subscribers.
It's going to be called The Addams Project, and it's going to be a crossover between the Addams Family and this movie.
One thing about it though, so this is Adam. This is not Adam. This is Ryan Reynolds' company that did this.
Yes, Fan City.
Yeah,
right, or whatever it's called, or Project Red. I don't fucking know.
Something like that. I think it's Project Red or something like that. So they spent a lot of money on some star power for this sucker. So
sure did.
Kind of like legitimized the movie a little bit more in my eyes, you know, instead of just seeing a bunch of nobody.
I mean, I do think that does do that, but also like I don't want to see a bunch of movies where the how good it is predicated solely on the ability to get famous people in it.
Yeah. But it worked with this one.
Sure.
So man, that's it. We came to do it. We got it done, and it was fun. So that's it, y'all. I want to thank all you for listening. My name is Montego, Mr. Button all the way up to the top. Be with us next week when we'll figure out what the hell we're gonna do.
We'll let you know. We'll let you know.
So that's it, man. I'm Mr. Button all the way to the top. Say goodbye to the people. Tiff,
it's been a pleasure as always.
And until next week, we will be
on patrol.